Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Thursday, the 16th of October, and it's been quite the day here. So, market started out can't say the word today. Anyway, it started out and it seemed just fine this morning. And then all hell broke loose. So, the VIX opened up in the Bollinger Band, and here it is way out of it at a new high here. And this is a big innocuous. Yeah, I know. I'm in one of those modes, David. The drug's still kicking into my head. And you got a big bounce here on the VIX. This is worth watching and keeping our eyes on. Bonds are weakening, are pushing up again. Yields are dropping. So what's going on here? The SPY, it's not the message. The SPY here tried to push again like it has the last couple days, right? And then it fell over and we've made a series of lower lows here as we go into the close, still well inside Friday's candle. And that's all that really matters. While this is not fun action, it's pretty ugly. We're still inside the candle there from Friday. The Qs are similar. Um, the SMHs today, despite Taiwan Semi's awesome earnings and guidance, not doing much. Taiwan Semi, which we talked about, often dumps on earnings, which it did. Nvidia kind of holding serve. I'm in a couple calls, not a lot, sitting out in November. AMD, nice move to all-time highs coming back in. Same thing with Micron, new all-time highs and holding. Where's the trouble coming from today? Is coming from the financials. You got a nasty candle there. It's not really the big banks, although they're down. They've been following through. JP Morgan, Goldman, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and Citigroup and Wells Fargo are getting hit harder. And the reason is for this is what's going on over in regional bank land, where these banks are getting destroyed today off of talk of Zion Bank saying they had some bad loans out there, and now you're seeing worry of contamination all over the place. You remember going back to April of a year or so ago when we had that problem. Everybody's now worried about the regional banks are upside down, they have bad loans. The one area we've been talking about for a while is the auto industry, and that area remains a concern because it sounds like the auto industry is in trouble. What I mean by that is we saw, Chris, I don't think you were here or may have saw the news last week when the subprime lender collapsed for auto loans. Last week there, and there's talk that there's more of them out there. Yeah, and there's talk that there's more of them out there, and there's problems. It's specifically, Chris, in the used car market, right? The subprime market. All right, so where does this leave us? Leaves us with a nasty candle, but still inside Friday's candle. That said, things weren't all so bad. If you take the banks aside, CRM, not the best candle. I traded with options, had a nice trade. Traded with stock, owned stock now, 255 area. Not a pretty candle today, but it's okay. Oracle came out on their analyst day. They loved it, pushed up nicely, holding well. Uh, as for everything else, Google put a new all-time high in today before it rolled over. Hood continues to look weak, like it wants to come down to the 50-day. We've been talking about coin. It came down and touched that 50-day. Palantir got up in that 285 area again and failed. That's been doing that like clockwork. Snow had a nice pop on the open, but gave it all back. And then the rest of the market, whether it's Microsoft or Amazon or Meta, are just kind of sitting here doing nothing, treading water. Apple kind of a similar boat when we talk about some of the big cap tech names. Tesla yesterday tried to look good, tried to get above that 440 area today, and it failed again. Bottom line is market is flashing some signs of concern or worry, whether it's going to come in some more or not. I don't know. We do have options expiration for October. That's a big one tomorrow, so it's probably whippy and choppy. So I'm still sitting in some PayPal calls for January. I'm sitting in a couple of Nvidia calls for November, and outside of that, I own my stock positions, but I'm not in any short-term risk, and we'll see where we are come tomorrow. Everybody have a fabulous night.